Good. Mama, you pass. Pass. Chute. Pon. Sa shi bege joje me do ja re ga li ji nin de gan ba ji san ye xin do min de go ba zhu gun nam da xin ma chyo ba shu yi da wang guru ra na ma da da ya mi san ye chyo da so ye jo na san chu da da ye ji chen ye chu ma ji You didn't get it. I think verse number 77, right?
Yes.
77. Donna sang in no chiche ya shugunyin bo tomnye nyamni gi tomnga se ale tomnga le I think we are still talking about 5 powers, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So how far we done? Like I think we covered third one, right? Somebody let go. Pembe top. Gombe top.
Pembe top.
Gombe top.
Kabu sabin top.
Sabin top.
Kabu sabin top. Dosune dire.
Kabu sabin top.
That is it. That's in top. Yeah, that's it. Top not the carriation.
Could you 찾아 나요 말다.
네. That number the carriation. Pembe top che, right? Dine
Gombe top. I think we cover 3 powers.
Yes.
I guess the first one is like intention or plan, right? And then second one is called meditation, or making habits, right? And then the third one is the white seeds, right? White seeds, which is practices, right? Then the fourth one, fourth one is regret, remorse.
That is it. Those Janju send me cho. Danji da Jinji Bujum Jabas. That is it. Janju send me cho the caressina. She died. Battery. Chiti ranching the thing in that telephone miss Daudilla, swinging bassing.
So here, regrets or remorse, feeling sort of like guilt about your misdeeds. Okay, so that means this practice primarily focusing on 2 bodhicittas, right? The conventional bodhicitta and the ultimate bodhicitta, right? So now there are 2 counterforce. There are 2 obstacles that actually prevent us to develop 2 bodhicittas, right? So now here regret means like we are feeling regret or guilty about our 2 2 obstacles. Okay, obstacle of self-grasping and obstacle of self-cherishing. So we feel guilt about these 2 minds. Okay, mind.
That name, Tadutubati, Tamito Beshirab. Tamito Beshirab, that Jaju Semte, Tandam Jaju Semte, Tamin Sundabe, Kibachimbi, Duty Semchirba, or Tilla Tamin Sundabe, Jaju Sem Gesimbe, Tamin Sundabe, 시럽들이야. 연담 전주 셈이시게. 되게 로저도 가르쳐는 다도 좀 받은 것들과 민지 dimmi chotti di minutes 지체
다음에 또 비실 전주쌤 있으면 마심 다음에 또 비실 전주쌤 게 마심도 디 전담 레기오 말
하르세는 얘랑 줄라 그냥 무슨 또 별로 야르가 근데 전주쌤 세트 투베 지금 토는 내셔야
Okay, so now the ultimate truth. Okay, so what is actual ultimate truth? Ultimate truth is apprehension or a mind that sees emptiness. Emptiness. I'm sorry. I'll let me restart. Seeing emptiness. Okay, a mind that sees emptiness, and that mind also has the bodhicitta. Okay, so having bodhicitta, and on top of that, if you see an emptiness, that mind, they're seeing that emptiness. The understanding of that emptiness is called ultimate truth, one of the bodhicitta. Okay, otherwise, just seeing emptiness doesn't become the ultimate bodhicitta. Okay, so the ultimate bodhicitta can obtain only in the path of Mahayana path. Like a Mahayana path means when they reach the path of seeing, so then they can achieve ultimate bodhicitta. Yeah. So here guilt or the feeling remorse or regret, whatever you could call it. So there is that we were not able to develop that mind due to our self-cherishing, like self-grasping. Yeah.
teachers tine ranchin di seati kare sure ya karta nyarang itilo tun suntu to beshire yarte tandam chanju sem ya maris tati kare sna tandam chanju sem ngarang to kumju tamba tuni kumju chanju simje thamje to sanji ko je ta tiba chimbur je 난도 디버진 캐닝이 제 인사 공부에 고민도 잡아 된다고 지금 무슨 공부 시작이야래스 이내야 저기들 전도를 전도도 센티 같이 기부에 센 또 이제 기야래스 냠네게 알아듣다 안돼 냠네기야래스
So the conventional bodhicitta, okay. So our hearts, we said they do not have conventional bodhicittas. So because their understanding of emptiness is not actually motivated by the bodhicitta. Okay, that's why we said our heart they do not have the ultimate bodhicitta. Okay, so we attach ultimate with the bodhicitta. That's why that makes a difference. So then for us as ordinary beings, so we can have a practice of ultimate bodhicitta. Okay? In order to achieve actual ultimate bodhicitta, that person needs to be reached or begin or realization of path of seeing of the Mahayana path. Okay? So right now we can have the ultimate bodhicitta practice, but not the actual ultimate bodhicitta. So when we can have ultimate bodhicitta practice means so when we meditate on emptiness, if you do it out with motivation of bodhicitta, so that ultimate the practice of meditating on emptiness becomes ultimate bodhicitta practice. Yeah.
다 라한친지 세야티 군주 전주부 생기 미디초들이 그래서 군주 전주부 생기 현진직으로 저래 현진직이나 로이나네지 로타르투버티 전주부 생들 봐 현진직이 디 전주부 생디 현기 된 쿠르케네 케달로 저래 디 로초들 라한친지 현기 된 쿠르 캠미니가 네 쿠르메체가 라지부 또 전두기 로디라 라친지시게 디 미티초디 셴진지기로 셴디 쿠르티케로들이 디잔 군도싱이 들어와 이 미티초디 가르스는 라친지디 샤고르와.
So we have been influenced under self-cherishing thoughts so far, right? Because that serve or that becomes major obstacles to the conventional bodhicitta. So in order to develop conventional bodhicitta, so we need to eliminate self-cherishing thoughts. So self-cherishing thoughts becomes the major kind of the obstacles for that. Right? So then when we develop conventional bodhicitta, so conventional bodhicitta means primarily we are focusing on others' needs and other help to others. That kind of mind. So we need to change from self-cherishing mind to other cherishing mind. So when we do that, so that is called conventional bodhicitta.
다때네 넘버 스윙진 몇 없어야지 그래서는 수수기라 라친지 글로레 뭐지 그거 뭔지 참다 다 이게 로티 그냥 잡아도 돼 풍중에 라친지들이 단도야티 라친지들 온도 소나 아니 마음번에 풍을 정해 저기야 돼서 저기 말이야 아니 라진지디 온거지 아니 간에 뭐부터 쳐야지 라진지디 온거지 제일 샤스 다야 아니 라진지디 온도 산 도나 네 간에 지미셔지 네 야라는 기대 내버려지 라는 경기 전부를 지면구지 미국에 같 삼내니 라진지 문지 교수는 코파가에 가도 제야들 넘버 스윙진 바시게 그 견디사니 라진지다 내가 지도 좀 라진지 로지 미국으로 뛰어서는 남자 라진지들이 레미진지 그 먹고 이제 고세야지 봐 많은 진지인데 그 시에서 디스 삼단이 아니 콜파 좀 제야 돼 그때 걔네야 뒤유는 거 어떻게 맞지 파가야 돼 스윙진 바세야 돼.
Okay, so now the fourth practice, remorse or regret, sometimes they call regret and guilty, whatever, right? But the Sunjimba, in Tibetan, Sunjimba means being feeling sort of like feeling annoyed or like feeling kind of like frustrated, sort of like it had that kind of connotation. Okay, Sunjimba means. So now how you
지난 스윙진바 세도 그 지기 캐네를 지자비는 캐네디 팜 내부소야를 지야르바 지기 지 디아포레스 야비네 아니 디아포 많이 베프지를 듣고 아니 야포리인데 야포인데 로디파 내부소야들 스윙진바스가 스윙진세.
And also Tibetan word Sunjimba. Sunjimba has another connotations like disputing something, like some kind of positions. Let's say like if someone says something is good, right? And if you dispute that, if you disagree with that, applies all sorts of kind of like method to dispute that or disagree with that kind of idea or any position. So that is also called Sunjimba. Sunjimba means like destroying others' position, sort of like that. Okay? There's many. It's a different meanings, has a different connotation on that. But anyway, so here, so when we use that Sunjimba in this, or some they translate as a the regret and so on. Anyway, so the Sunjimba here we use that as so when you develop self-cherishing thoughts, self-cherishing thoughts, then instead of going under it, the self-cherishing thoughts, going under their power or influence under their power, so you should feel that. So that self-cherishing has been destroying me for a long time, and you should feel that kind of frustration. You need that kind of feeling, like frustration feeling or something like that. So then, so that has been did that so many times, and if I'm not able to deal with that kind of self-cherished thought, it's going to continuously, it's going to harm me and destroy me. So you need that kind of feeling. Yeah. So then, so now. So then you need to understand that. So if I don't destroy it, so it's gonna repeat it, and then it's gonna destroy me again more in the future. Because of that, because of the reason, I am going to develop the what you call this conventional bodhicitta. So now you're applying a method to destroy that. The sort of like the disputing that kind of idea, or like the disagreeing with that kind of method, the mindset, sort of like now you're doing this. It has many meanings on that. When they say Sun Jimba means okay. So then you need to understand. So similar like in the text, the Lama Chopa text itself is said that all of my misfortunes due to my self-cherishing thoughts, all of my fortunes are due to my other cherishing thoughts. So then remember that line and think like if you don't destroy the self-cherishing thoughts, it's gonna happen again.
that is sincere, that is cool. Danzi Shin Sun Chin said, Sun Chung said, Garrison, Danzi Shin to never. So, but the Sun Chin said about Danzi Shin Sun Chung. What dinner she said, Sun Chung said, the Kubi, Ranchi, and the had got a large Jefferson here. A deep Jefferson never said it. Sun Chung said, Sun Chung said, Danzi Shin Sun Chung said,
So then the Sun means like again it means like it could have been like frustrated kind of like a feeling and so on, right? Chung means like eliminate or remove, sort of like. So if you do that, danjin Sun Chun, Sun Chun means danjin means self cherishing, okay, self cherishing mind, right? So then you feel kind of frustrated with self-cherishing mind. Okay, then remove it, something like that. Okay.
다 순 중하다 순 진버세야 돼 집어럽지 순 충세야 되다 순 진세야 돼 그리고
아니 순주 패기디 순주 아니 파 유괴할 때 쓰고 매버서야 쓰고.
순 충세야 돼 들어봐 순 진세야 돼파 매버서야 돼
오케이.
파 땅이야 들어봐다 집어 땅세야 돼진 말이야 집어 순 진세야 거 진세야 돼파 매버서야 돼
Anyway, so Rumchi is using two words like Sun Jin and Sun Chung. Okay. Sun Jin again has the meaning of remove, sort of like. So the way in which Rumchi has described it looks like, so when you say Sun Jin, this is more things to do with yourself, your feelings. Okay, so you kind of feel like annoyed with self-cherishing thought, feel frustrated with your self-cherishing thought, and remove that. Okay. Sun Chung is more like so you're kind of like you pretend like self-cherishing is some kind of being. Okay, so then look all the negativities and all the disadvantages on that, and make all of self-cherishing thoughts annoyed or frustrated, something like that. They feel like shy, sort of like. So then they go away. Okay, so there's a two ways to do that.
You're frustrated at it?
Yes, first is imagine that as a human being, okay, some kind of like a human being. You're looking at all this kind of like disadvantages on that, right? So they feel kind of like guilty. They feel kind of like shy about it, so that they go away. There's two ways to go.
that is ini 다 뭐에 들어봐 말함부터 들어봐 뭐도 써야 되다 계절 강아지 샴도 계절 가르치기네 처바 투기네 처바 투기네 이 샴도 가르쳐 버렸으니 장주가 스님이 되면 저기 장주가 스님이 아니 Chanju Semi, Shamdu, Sanjay Matu, Chanju Semi, Keji Canton. Kejo Kardis Chigine, Kandu Jenny, D. Jesu, Chimbachitane, Chavachine, D. Jesu, Chanju Semita, Keji Jamanjosh, Kaduina, Chanju Semita Manjosh, Manjosh, Joshos, or Dinich.
So then the last one, the last power is called dedication practice or dedication prayers. So then dedication prayers can be done end of any Dharma practices. Okay, first of all. So let's say if you did like your routine sadhana practice, end of this routine sadhana practice, you can do a dedication prayer as well. So when you do, if you wanted to incorporate or integrate your practice with this practice, so then the dedication should be something like this. I will dedicate my virtues to help me to sort of like help me to develop what you call this develop conventional bodhicitta and ultimate bodhicitta. So you dedicate it for your the ultimate and the conventional bodhicitta.
Oh, that Chanju Semi, Katasuri, Keji got Mandor Kuchi is there. That is
So 계지점 미로 주시라.
the Thunder Jidan Janet to Stilla, Katasuri. Kejo Kanji Jan, Janju Semi, Rambuchi Peri, Juno Sigilla. Kejo Kaji Jesune, Janju Semi Peri, only Janju Sem Magiba. Money Janju Sem Jorumbuchi Magiba Naki, Jabanya, only when the power shows in it together. This energy here.
So the whatever you do when you do a dedication, when you accumulate merits, right? Merits, stock of merits. So you dedicate to your two practice, the practice of bodhicittas. Okay. So then if you do that, so let's say so to make it so dedication prayers goes like this. Line goes like this. I may not get separate with my two bodhicitta even a moment. Okay, even an instant. Sort of like never apart from my two bodhicittas. So this will be your the dedication prayer or the dedication practice. So in order to help that, so you can recite bodhicitta prayers. Like so, there is bullet lines like a verse. They say like, "May all sentient beings develop compassion or bodhicitta," and then if someone uh, has bodhicitta, may not no, increase it. Okay, the second one is, and the last third one is like so they may not if they have bodhicitta may not diminish, degenerate this bodhicitta. There's a line, it's a beautiful line. You can read that too.
Taya Janjugus Garasa Janjugusim and Katie Jamendova Juji Sine, any Noari, Kejoche, each year so Keveta Tilatini, Janjugusim Katie Jam Combat Mendova Juji. That Janju sent me to never Aranzo. Janju sent me Jangi Erba, Kumbi Erba. Just Yani, there's our television, then Janju sent me Umbata Kichi Jam Meadow, which is Nanamde.
So there's many ways to make a prayers. Like let's say, may whatever I accumulate merit, they may serve as causes of the cause becomes cause to develop two bodhicittas. You can say that. And you can also say that may I not apart or get separate with my two bodhicittas, right? If you say that, so we do not have two bodhicittas, right? So that's why there's nothing that can actually separate from us because we don't have that, right? But the you can think of as like your practice, but we do not have a two bodhicitta at this moment, but we do have a practice of two bodhicittas. So that you can think of like may I not get apart from my two Buddhist practices?
Yeah, I'm Gajila. Jan Gandhi Junia, Janju Semi, Rose, Chain of Duties. Jan Gandhi Johnson, Jan and Batijune, Janju Semi Rose, Janju Semi, Pellet Rose, Duties. Jan Sambuchi June, Janju Semi, Pellet, Gombe, Pellet Rose Duties. Pellet, Janju Semi, Rose Duties here. What it to Madam D. When they sit up the yard, only things.
So then also there's another prayer. It said that whatever I accumulated merits, I may dedicate it to create right conditions to turn all of my situation into a bodhicitta practice. Yeah, you can say that. So if you said that, so that means like, so whatever you accumulate merits, that merit actually force you or like helps you to turn or to transform any situation, either it's a good or bad situation, you can turn them into a facility or a cause to develop bodhicitta.
That is when those Ketan Karres in the Nazareth Johnson. Any Simja Tamji Nagneti, Samlo Titani, Nala Young Kevin, Simja Tamji Dilipe, the Chapchivan, Kanam Butchegi, those who can be Yendi Kuchu. Changi Kame can be Yendi Kuchu, Shan Kaneti of Miju, shows Javina, and Chanju, Kundu Chanju Sim, a toast Kibri.
So this is when you make that kind of prayer, so saying like, whatever I accumulate my merit, so help me to strength. Okay, give me a strength, sort of like a strength to transform any situation into a dharma and bodhicitta two bodhicitta practices. So that means like when you get sick, right? So then you can, because you can turn that into a bodhicitta practice, saying like, so whatever I experience this moment, may that actually become a causes to eliminate all the sentient beings' sufferings and so on. And while whatever they're experiencing their sufferings may ripen up me, so you can do that. And then you can think of like, I'm not the only person who's having this problem in in this world, and there are many other sentient beings going through similar conditions. So that's why there's no reason to be sad about my sickness, depressed about my sickness. There are many other sentient beings that have this. If you do this, this is actually how you change a situation into a favorable kind of situation, bad situation into a favorable good situation. So
Tati Gang and Johnson, Chanju Sim, the Rose Kitchen Deriva. That Jan Sambo Johnson, Jan Sambo of Ginger Johnson, and it now some don't me budget. Don't lay me another, don't me budget. Rangi, Debbie, Luna, you can suggest a Sinja Tamja Dani, Sinja Tamja, DJ Person, so but the Denver Jetson, some of Chichevina. They can Sambuti Chanju Sim, the Rose Kebari.
So then turning a good favorable conditions into a bodhicitta practice, two bodhicitta practices like whatever you are having good time, so a pleasure moment and happiness. So all of this you can give away to other sentient beings, right? So if you do this, so you're turning favorable conditions and a good time, sort of a good time into a two dharma, two bodhicitta practices. So in order to carry out these two kind of practices on our daily basis, so we need a strength. We need some kind of the ability, right? So that's why you dedicate whatever you accumulate merit, you dedicate it for that purpose. So that's something that happens to me. So I may able to carry out all these practices.
That is it. That is it. That, what it is. That is, Cindy, don't know what they're about. Don't know the, any, don't name young little, Sunday to you. Silver, that don't match here. That, they watching the, don't know.
Chi è si chiama?
It's the boring.
The boring tone,
Ah.
ringtone.
다들의 다들 동나한테는 또 이해하래. 치두고 동네냐네스.
So here in verse number 77, right, through the practice of five forces, right? It says five forces. Five forces, five powers or five forces. So five forces, there are two kinds. Okay, five forces or five powers that you do these practices you do while you are alive. Okay, and the five forces you can carry the same five forces during the death.
나대지 체디 딜라세 체강기 냠네세야티 단데티 체강기 냠네세야티 체지기 냠네 동안 티세야티 단데티 다 치게 냠네 니베스 동안들 체디 냠네스 동나치제 치게 냠네게 동나시니야레스 이나니다 체디 냠네 동나를 지디 지세야티 차레
So these are the five forces or practices you do you carry out sort of when you are alive. Okay. So practice do means like you are sort of like wrapping up all of your practices into five forces. Okay, five forces. So that means like this is like a long kind of like long-term kind of like practices that you carry out throughout your life, right? So now there are five forces. These same five forces you can do while you're when you are dying. Okay?
티진크의 당연 동원이 견음 제세디 이디 로주나래야래 로주 두비메나라 티버친그 당만이 표의 당만이 제도 창자람의 포안에 동남야다 lama 치베나리야래 제도 창자람의 포안에 동남야다 제베 당만이 답이 신도 주가 진결로 세지 미래야래
melon 가지고.
lama 치베
저기 채가 주셔.
체내
뒤던데 melon 가지고 봐. 만달라치. Actually, we are looking for a verse from the text. It's part in the prayer section. I believe it's in the prayer section. It's a prayer that so when my death come, so may I able to bless me, sort of like a blessing, requesting to Lama, right? Bless me to carry out five power, the practice of five forces during the death, something like that.
Verse 92.
What 92?
Yeah.
92 is end. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it said that's one before I take a path. That's me.
92.
Yeah.
If my death should come before I enter the path, bless me to reach pure land through the five instruction. The five powers. Yes. Okay. So when you read it, right, it sounds like a prayer. So, this is in the Vajrayana section. Okay. They'll do because another maybe Shamdele at the the video has how to call it? Do. Miguel do. Santa Tanya Lama Puane, want to do.
다디 지게 동나부터리야 포화에시게 포에냐네시게 티지 포에 동안이 주연은 제세지 티디 로중 나네시베 로중 다 단데티나 중앙에 보통의 연이 말했다 그래서
Lana Ale lamna masin chiwe.
lamna masin chiwe dujin na.
Zenda sanja lame puan tong hai bishin.
Lamna puan sin duga.
So this practice, practice 5 forces that you conduct or you carry out while you're dead is also explains in 7 points of mind training as well. Okay, so 7 points, right? Seven points of mind training, and also you can find this in also this text in this Lama Chopa on verse number 92. Okay, verse number 92. This practice is also called, here it says the powerful method of transference. Okay, right? Transference in Tibetan, I think, poa.
Yeah.
Poa means, rejecting your mind consciousness from your own body. So this kind of practice, practice is called poa, or here transference. Transference, right? So if you look at this practice, it says, through apply the instruction of 5 powers, the supremely powerful. This in Tibetan, Tonga the show Tonga. First, Tenta Sanja Lame Poane. Okay, Lame. Lama never like roll. So Lame Poa. Lame means the supreme, the best, that means the best or most reliable. Yeah, Lame means. So this is
Lame.
no.
Lame Lama se.
Lame ninja said it. Lama never said it.
Lame bas mari. Lame se lama. Tenda tenda lame puan. Lame.
Lame Poane said it.
Lama re.
Lama said it, right? Lama never said Marwa. Okay, sorry. So here it says Lame Poa. Okay, Lame Poa. So they actually translate that as a supremely powerful, right? Lame Poa is Guru Yoga. Okay, Guru Yoga, right? Lame means Guru Yoga. Through the power of Guru Yoga. Okay, Guru Yoga, matter of transference, something like that. The Lana members, the Lana members and Jojo, the incident.
Lama me chida te lama se ati kuna me bala sige. Chida. Lama se ati kuna me.
But the Lama ninja says go Marwa.
Lama ne jo se te lama se ati chida kuna me bala liya chida.
So, but it also has Lame means like supremely. Okay, supremely, the best, all this sort of thing.
Tati tati tambuji kabu sabing utotri. I sige tong ngabti nani tambuji gati chedi tong ni nyame tile pembe dokti ba tambu kung chuya trimba. Dila ani pembe ti kabu sabing utos tambutri.
So the 5 forces at the time of death is this little bit has different orders. Okay, other than the when you practice during the life. Okay. So the time of the death, the 5 forces time of the death starts from the third one, the white seeds. White seeds come first.
Tati kabu sabing utos sideta susu chua ngebe negap tele siya. Chua ngebe negap tele chua rabji tha chusuna ani ji susu yeje to su chimbi jiya. Ata da suyati. Kunjol phu kuyana kunjol phu. Ningu jiya rabji batang kuyana jibalata ta jipa shule nyote me bacheni. Pa tata suyati. Ani shule Tata Masune could any dinner Yache Tete Shenja Tanti Chigriva. Tambune Tata Supate we have Nachi two grave chumbi chip, any chip pink at the take we have Tata Savin Shumachova Yamarva. What is so tilla? Kabu Sabin Tosiati. Showing ever teaching it, that touch of a teaching.
So the first you do the white seed, practice of white seed, sort of like white seed, accumulating white seeds, right? So That is like so when you are sure or when you realize that you're going to death suddenly, okay, sure, suddenly. So then you need to carry out that practice. Okay. So that means whatever you have, your position of posi- possession, wealth, anything, okay, so needs to be give away. Okay, you need to be free from anything that actually related to this life. You need to detach, totally detach from anything from this life. That means like you need to give away everything. And if you could, you can just make some offerings. Make offerings means like a form a way to accumulate merits. Okay, and then if you need to divide your possession or wealth into your family, you need to do this. This is the time to do that kind of acts. Okay, and then any and that means like you should not leave anything that can actually become problems for your family or anybody. Okay, you need to clear out everything. So then also, and if you do that, so your mind becomes free, so you don't attach to anything that relates to you in this life, so you're ready to move on to the next life. Okay? Otherwise, if you keep something, if so then you are actually lingering or like so hovering over your this life positions, so then it's that can actually cause problems. So that's why you need to totally detach your mind from anything to do with this life.
다시 제사스는 되네. 다시 그 겐시리 세르브제티들라 아야티 야 다스는 다테 방방 쓰잖아.
So that's why I'm saying in the beginning, he said, so that kind of practice needs to be carried out if you are sure, okay? If you are satisfied, like that's coming, okay? Otherwise, otherwise, you are diagnosed as a cancer, right? Cancer, and then the doctor actually tells you that you will stay like a certain time, right? And you're convinced with that. So then, if you give away everything, so later on you may cure from that. You may like gain cure from this, this whatever sicknesses. You may stay longer. So then you need to spend the rest of your life as poor people, poor, poor men. Mm.
멤버의 겐시리스는 여범이두가 여범이두가 따따디 따따 띵디르지 수수해지 지금 다 이제 지구야.
So then even though doctor tells like so they leave the patient lives like a certain month or a certain period of time, right? But they end up living and they staying longer, right? It happens. So that means like you need to be sure. So there are signs, then you need to observe the signs, and so then make sure it's happening.
다들 내가 말한 것도 없네. 다들 말한 것도 어떻게 알라만 군조라 다 야라 빈바를 버티네 피 쳐버려 버티네 피
말한 것도
아
매회 또 그래 말한 또
말한 것도
말한 또 매워.
아 야리 내가 말한 것도 없어.
아주 내 팬베 또 알레디 카가 여러 배.
가가네.
똥나 카가를 해.
그래.
알레
난도 네 똥나기 담부터 가부사분 건드려. 내가 뒷말한 것도 없어.
자기 똥나 들에 말한 것도 문제다. 팬베도 폼베도 가브사분도 순지.
뭐는 또 야리 슈슈대.
뭐도.
뭐도 담만
알레 오야야. Now the second comes dedication prayers or dedication prayers.
아, 다티 가르세데. 가르사. 아니 수수 군조나 저번에 야나 빈바다 매제다 수가. 아니 너는 가르다 부르스네 다 치와 치가당 Pardodan, Kewachimanam, Janju Semi, the Medra, Juji, Ginger of Shees, Ginger of Sulu Sabbath, in the charity.
So then, when you carry out this practice, the prayer or the dedication prayers, first you make 7 limbs offerings. Okay. So then after that, you need to dedicate it or make a prayer or request or so wish. You need to statement make your wish. Okay. So wish you may say like I may not forget.
Pardodan, Kewachiman,
So I may not forget or I may not depart it from two bodhicittas while I'm dying and during the intermediate state or parako state or the next life. Okay, I may not forget two bodhicittas during the death, during the intermediate state and next life. You need to make that kind of prayers.
And
also in the next life, when you enter into the next life, I may encounter with a qualified teachers, so who can actually show me or teach me to practice of two bodhicittas.
that's the vicinity degree, none vicinity degree. Chigger negata, party negus, party given negus. I tell it in Manansus, Jan you send me. John is singular to say, Jevin, a punjola send the chessma. Yana to put. I need punjola send the chair. Chicken egg soup, Jan you send me chicken egg. Chicken marching, part of the chessma, party never. Kewachimas, Kewachi Negasu, and Janju Simi, some medal chingle to send the charity, Manangatos.
So here in this part of the practice, you can do different things. You can make a request, and you can, the request. Making a request is like when you make 7 limbs offerings. So then you make it to 3 jewels. Okay, 3 jewels, right? So then you say like by doing this act, so I may able to develop 2 bodhicittas while I'm dying during the intermediate state and the next life, and may I encounter with qualified teacher, someone who can actually shows me all this two bodhicitta practices. If you do that, that is a form of request. Making a request to 3 jewels. Okay. So what you can do. You can just make a prayer or dedication or make a request.
That is Shetabane. Send it down, Melam shoot at us.
So while when you going through that kind of period of time, so that process of like, so then you should make a strong prayer, a strong request. So that's request.
What the number Sumba swinging the top state in the Maria to the two. Tandu Tita Madena, Chima, Meteor, do the teaching water, did it, that did it. Did the that netty, swinging the top the chibari. That.
So the third one is remorse or regret. It's the same practice as when you are alive. So regret about your misdeeds and regret about your the obstacles and so on.
That is template of the Shiva template of this. Any Chigamata, Partu Yang, Trinadi. That Chiganagasu, Trinai Mambingurba, Trina Mambinguri, Jita Mambingurba, to suit together. Chigamata, Partu Yang, Trinadi, all the Matomar, Chanju Simi, and Combrachau Yabat. 시계내고서 지금 주나만 부인 거를 봐. 주나인 거리. 바주내고서 주나만 부인 거리. 이 예찬 용비에서는 시계내고서 바주내고서 주나 근데지 주네야. 전주가 생긴 것도 공부하지 말아봐. 지금 인상 바라지. 전주가 생긴 것도 공부하지 말아봐. 지금 삼바 제베나 팬데도 없어.
So then the fourth practice is called the pembetop, or the intention or motivation or plan. Okay, making a plan, sort of like. So that is when we go through that process, and also during the intermediate states. So we're going to encounter many illusion-like appearances. Sometimes they call hallucination, right? Hallucination. So then all of these are very terrifying experiences, and so then even though they are not real, but when it appears to you, so you feel like they are real, and that actually terrify you, and get very our mind get very scared about all this hallucination or the appearances. So at that time, so we will not be able to remember or practice two bodhicittas. So that can actually becomes major obstacles when we go through this process. So then here, so pemba top means pemba. Now you're making a strong intention. You're setting up like an intent to practice to bodhicitta. You have even all these appearances, appears to you. Like all this hallucination happens to you, sort of like. So then so you're making kind of like a plan, or setting up an right what you call this strong determination, sort of like a determination that I'm not going to forget these two bodhicittas when I see all these hallucinations, when I see all these illusion-like appearances.
다들 드는 시계는 것수 간사비 지자 뭐고 여러분들 신지 여러분들 지 뭐고 있는 여러분 또 소통이 생기는 니지를 지금 장주가 생각지 콜미니 장주가 생각다 펜바디 시계는 그 펜바디 담바에서는 지와라 디워 아니 지와라 시라디 말봐 내 지금의 것을 다 전주 인생의 팬바디 팬들이야. 바틀의 것을 디네기 지타를 때문에 주는 심제를 때문에 주는 내 동네 군야. 그냥 니지게야. 이래저래 콜라 지타도 좋은데 맞아맞지. 그냥 전주 전담 전주 심제는 나라는 힘이라. 그래서 생기 나왔다면 이미 수직이 란식을 좀 하면 선발했지. 인데 제베이나. 제 디데기 지할 때 그거기야. 디펜버디 도지.
So this setting up your intention, or making a plan, or making sure you're going to carry out those two bodhicittas during this passage, just the process, and then during the death and the intermediate state. Okay. So it is crucial. It's very important. You need to redo or do it again when you're close to the death. Okay, it is much more powerful than when we do when we are alive. Okay, because the next moment our death is going to, we're going to face our death. So it's a very short period of time. That's why it's much powerful if you set up that kind of intention or make that kind of mind at that time. So that's very important. So then when we go to intermediate state, especially, so when you set up that kind of motivation, that kind of making a plan, or not to let two bodhicitta practices while I have all these hallucinations and stuff like that, right? So the death, when you do the death, comes kind of quick, okay, quick, so then we may not remain in like that period for a long time. So then we enter into intermediate states, okay? So when we enter into intermediate states, bardo states, sort of like, So then we will see a lot of, we're going to encounter other beings. Yeah. And so these beings are normally very terrifying beings. Yeah. And their appearances are very horrible and scare. Again, it actually scares you and have we're going to encounter that. So at that moment, so then we need to perform two bodhicitta practices. If you don't prepare for that, so it's very difficult to do because of this appearance is too scary, like too terrifying. So then the way in which you carry out practices, like when you see all these beings during that intermediate stage, you should develop compassion for the cheetah towards them. You should think that they are going through very difficulties in this period of time. May they free from that kind of sufferings. May they have like a better, the what's it, the life and so on. So if you do that, this is how you can practice the bodhicitta practice. Yeah? Develop bodhicitta, even though if you see all these terrifying appearances, having this hallucination or terrifying beings. Okay. So then, if you intend to carry out the what you call the ultimate bodhicitta practice, which is emptiness. So when you see all the sentient beings, they may appear very terrifying, very scary. So, but you should think this is just my mental imputation, and they are not substantially exist and truly exist. They are a lack of all these substantial qualities, true kind of qualities. You go through, you will able to go through that kind of process. That actually, that actually helps you not to get scared on these beings.
다티네 당아버 콤베토데 아버 콤베토데 다 브라 저놈디 치게 치르바 저놈디 로예바 살퍼 아니 라이베티레티 라바예바티 라이베텐샤 니 김대대 양안에 뒤뒤 누가 냥대 취된지 누가 두시 김대대 양안에 뒤뒤던 거 두시 신단지 누가 어디나 시전에 로예바 살퍼 라임바테 제티네 나부예바티 신라가 나가네 가투네 가마투네디 라예바티 살퍼야디 자르마시니디 예바리 이 시단가 자스게 코만네 베스리지 라예바티 바야디 예바티 자자 장나세야디 디장주고 생 자스게 디기 두시예베네 두시예데 아니디 예야티 제는 고장났다 칸놈랐다 겹 샤를 겹다 소라 강버디다 디 예야디디리 카두블라타야디 대화진도 제야기 된디지기야 어두스제니 녀단두시예 아니 자주고 생기부터 공기야리 군도 자주도 생기 고야도 가르스는 동네군 랑기탈 네디 동네 군에 뒤에서 네디 신기네 탐자 랑기티 된도 출래 랑기티게 탐자 파당 동네 군야티 자주도 생고 바지 아니 대담제 최담자 라시가 나야 라시기 맞고 그마다고 이 선발했잖니 군야티 단담 전주 심 나야 메든바 난시를 두고 주대는 내년 버지 타진이 상담비는 어디 근데 전주 심 공부해 어디 두스제는 레벨제 공니다 당연히 말파 로야 상담이야.
So the last one is meditation or making habits or like that, meditation gomba, okay, meditation. So this is like in the time of the death, there is an action or behavior you need to conduct, especially when you're dying. Right? So that means like you need to lie down as Buddha when he went into a nirvana state. Okay, so like that means like lying down on your right side. Okay, put your right palm underneath your face, right? Face or cheek. What's it? Cheek, like cheek, and press the right nostril with your in what you ring finger. Yes, ring finger. Okay, block it. Okay, and then kind of like your body should be straight out, like straight down or out. I don't know, like. Then your left hand should on your left thigh. So then face towards west, okay, and your head should be point towards north. So then everything comes into like this is like goes like back should be like east, and this leg should be point towards south, right? South, okay, okay, there, right. So then pressing your right nostril, okay, is significant for that. So because lying down on your right side and pressing your right nostril is said that there are three channels in our body: the right channel, the central channel, right and left channels, right? So right channels, in the right channels, the wind that carries what you call this hatred, and the hatred actually hatred wind sort of like flows in the right channel. Yeah. And then the attachment or something that called compassion wind actually flows in the left channel. Yeah. So when you lie down on right side, that is actually pressing down your right channel. So that means like you're not letting air flow into that channels. Okay, and you're blocking your right nostril, not letting in air into the left right channels. That means like you are not letting hatred wind into the right channels. Okay, so this is one way. This is the significance of doing this. Getting lying down on the right side and pressing on the blocking your right nostril. Okay. And the facing towards west is that you're creating sort of like a factor or to be born into a Sukhavati pure land. Yamachin, Sukhavati pure land. Because Sukhavati pure land is in the not the western direction. Okay, right? And then yes, so you need to sleep in that manner, lie down in that manner, sort of like okay. So now you need to carry your two dharma, I mean like two Buddhist practices. If you are going through a pain or if you are sick at that moment, so you should think in the Tonglen practice. The part of the conventional bodhicitta is Tonglen practice. Tonglen practice is taking upon yourself all the sentient beings suffering, wrapping you, and so on. You go through all this process, right, and give away all of your happiness, stuff of virtues to other sentient beings. Go through that kind of mind and meditation. Yeah. So then the ultimate bodhicitta practice is like so. The all the things are like illusion. The toni gome the conditions in toni rashi meva chetan jara naya rashi meva tembar meva so all the phenomena, all the things are like illusion. They're like illusion. Yes, like. I think the illusion, yes, illusion, and they are not true. They don't have truly substantial qualities. And Rangshigi Meva means there are lack of truly self. Rangshigi means lack of self existence. Yeah, self existence, and so on. There are many things, right? So you just go through all these meditations.
Ate Jason, the Kichavina, Tamberi Namda Junior, the two senior Carriers Tomba Sanja Jumde de Sindana Shijini, Yanel de Jayangurva, Tembayan, Temba Tembayan, and soon to meet you at Tachi. The neighbors, Tembenamda Junior.
So then when you do this, when you lie down on the right side, when the time of the death, so he said that, so this is actually how Buddha did, right? So then, if you do the similar kind of manner, that actually reminds you the kindness of Buddha Shakyamuni. Yeah. So it said that if you are able to remember the Buddha or Buddha Shakyamuni, the time of the death, by remembering him or kind of like seeing him, sort of like seeing him, so that actually ensure you will not be born into low ranks.
다들이 네 기시 차가에 아니 지게 냠내지가 아니 동나들이 dob치와 내스
So then,
순야리
and the Gishi Chagawa said that there are many practices at the time of death, right? So these 5 forces practices stands the what you call this, the best sort of like.
지게 당나 dob치와 배 지게 당나 시즌이 마부야리 깨다 친구 야리지 지게 동네나 지게 당나를 나래 니 쇼디 교바디 동나부디 지게 동나부디 스타디 디기스노데 제가 비시 제가 왜
Yes, the Gishi Chagawa said that there are many other the practices specially designed for during the time of death. Okay, death, and also they claim that their practices the most profound practices and stuff like that. Nevertheless, he said that he finds these 5 power practices is the most profound practice than all the rest of all the other.
야다 제가 왜
Okay, any questions? We finished 5 powers. Now we have powers. Let's see this.
Tashila, you had said the left channel was attachment or compassion.
Compassion win. Flows compassion
you
win.
said attachment or compassion.
Kada the Roma. Dika Roma re chang mare.
예발에
Roma roa.
로마는 차로니야
Roma roa.
로마는
Kada di Chanjugi.
생기자디
The Chanjugi semi tsala gore. Lung di semi tsala gore. So it is called. It is also called Chanjugi semi tsa. Bodhicitta channel. Chanjugi semi tsa. Yes, Bodhicitta channel.
예발에
So this side channels sometimes it calls the hatred channel. I mean like, channel, yes, channel.
The left side.
Left side is compassion channel.
But it's not. It's also the
Right side is
doesn't hatred. No,
hatred channel. Yes.
I understand that.
Yeah.
It's also referred to as attachment. The left
Ale.
side. So is it that when it's transformed to both?
Oh, 단대들이야 착배자.
내 차부터
착배자.
아마 세당게 잤어
뭐 디주디 시랑이 잡다고.
근데
그 시랑이 다 들어봐. 디주디 가서 전주생이 짜인서 예전. 들어 선 착배자스 이거스. 착바디 매버 스위치 아니 전주생 착이 계지식이 여러 배 쓰고.
제가 대화신비 시세디 장주 선세디 저기 대화신비 시세디 차반남지를 땐 개발해봐 장주 선비 대 장주 선세디 대화신비 시세디
그래서 다 디기디 디기탄데
제사 이해받더라
착배자스에 임신 디르베.
감가부지 교회라 감가부 제대
감가부들 이해니르베.
이해는 감가부
아니 이해는 감 마보. 그래.
이해를 감
이해를 감가부로.
말이 이해는
감가부르베.
예
알리 이나 이해를 감가부 있어. 알리 이해를 감가부지. 감가
그게
시방지.
자 로마는 차법이야 장만하네 장만 뒤에는 이나는 자생 purpose.
장생이 좀 예반 바꿔라 예반 딜레야다 차트 짜세디 중생디 차바들 대화 친구 전주기 쌤디 차바 쌤디 차바 전주쌤디 차바를 땡기 위해서 차트 짜스라를 잡으라
제단다
차트 짜세야지 저 전주기 성어 전주기 쌤디 짜세야지 뭐랑
생기 자스라
말하기 때문에 차트 짜세기 도와서 다 이제 시기도 와서 차부자 세 차바디 매버스 전주 선박기 위해서 전주 선박기 위해서 내가 정식 가서 나고
전주 쌤쌤이야 자스를 되게 감가부 법에 자디인 사디시게 감마부 되시단
seems like the white substance flows on left. Is it on left?
Oh, yeah.
Or the red substance flows right. Is it right?
Well, the channel, when you're doing tantra, the one to the right is red.
Right is red.
Yes, left is white.
Right is red.
Yes.
Left is white.
Left is white.
Okay, now that's good. Okay, now left is white, right?
Yeah.
So in the tantric practice, they develop or they see emptiness or they develop bodhicitta based on great bliss.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so great bliss is normally it is desire or attachment.
So it's transformed.
I don't know transformer.
Go ahead, keep going.
So yeah, we should say something like that because that practice, we use great bliss to develop all the realizations, right? So that the based on the bliss, and bliss. So that bliss is more like attachment.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, no questions? Yeah.
And your watches says close to death we practice in this. How close are we? I mean, you're talking about the Maduro or
Maybe
like,
two breath away. So the Quran so you mean like a practicing
like
which one
we need to
the
start
first one?
practice the death one. The first one applies
First
when
one,
we
okay.
arrive, right?
Okay.
But when we start going into the 5-4 sound, the death period, how close do you have to be? Like,
Tapi 똥나디 치가 가지고 똥나 키우래 라로와 치가 똥나 키우래 똥나디 치가 타니를 가져올래 니치하고 했습니다. 가져서 타니를 시주시를 시고를 해야 제 두제도 시고다.
나 뒤쪽에 지다 나는 탈쳐버렸지나 근데 지네 랑기 냠나네 따니 따 지데 따지 때니 다 탈쳐버지 중소나 근데 지네 뒤쪽에 가부사부부터 세게 바제버제스 가림샤 군이샤 어디 뒤에 들어.
So the whole practice starts when you gain very strong kind of like determinations, right? Determinations that you're going to die, sort of like something like that. So that means sometimes you can have like internal signs for that, signs that actually indicate that you're dying and so on. So you can just use that sign as death sign, sort of like a sign, right? So then once you have that, then you can start 5 powers practices. Starting from the accumulating white seeds and so on, right?
제단 지네다 룽라단 나이나 룽라단이 지야리 룽데로 생각돼 초디 타쳐버리지 말이 쇼게 제직네 숨가도 나부 예반에 룽투 제 시나 둘라 예반에 주 니네 지야리 인데 장자 두스 제주 두비야리 다디 룽데 둘로니 체증이 숨쉬는 유연번의 교수는 등록대로 그래. 저는 지대 침입을 진행시켜야지.
So the to get like 100%, like sure or that whether you're dying or not. So there's in the tantric practice, there's one check. You can check your breath, So that is always 100% sure, true, sort of like. So normally, you should check it in the morning. But first, you need to train in that, of course. Right? So then you check you check it in the morning. Okay. So normally, when we exhale and inhale our breath, right? So in the morning, there's a period of time, I guess. So our wind kind of like flows from our right nostril. Okay, right nostril for like 3 days. Like 3 days means like starting from the new moon. Okay, new moon. And in Tibetan, we go our calendar actually relate, like correspond with like moon, the moon ascending and descending, right? So that's why we should use like the first, second, and third, like day of the month, something like that. That means like the new moon. Okay, from the new moon, starting from the new moon, all the way up like a full moon, we have 15 days. Yeah? So the first 3 days, they're supposed to flow wind, wind, air should flow through your right nostril. So the next 3 days from the left, the next day from the right, go back and forth, right? So then, if the flows of the wind becomes flows in reverse way, that means like in the first, third, and second day flows from your left, and then the next day from the right. That is actually reversing this process, right? So that is what you call this, the real sign of our death. Yeah.
But if you practice on your life, when the time you go to the hospital, you don't have a chance to read out.
Yes. Tapi menga kalau di namanya menga 시고 중수는 대신 예요 말았어. 근데 세고라 같이 오르시.
아제 수수비 딜러기 기리지다.
네.
이면에 신뢰된 남자 되는 뒤에.
So Rinpoche thinks, so they will allow you to lie down on the right side. Yeah.
아니 두스 예배 매버체 매버체네 아니 랑도 콜도 신뢰해서 봤다.
Yes, Rinpoche, they will, try, just try to get a permission for that. If they will let you do it, they do it. Otherwise, you can just visualize. Okay, you can visualize that you're lying down on the right side and think about all the sentient things surrounding to you, and perform all your the practice of taking and giving and so on. So you can visualize mentally. You can do all those practices.
One more question on the 5C's, the first step of the death. Do you sometimes you can exactly cannot predict when we're going to die, right? But when we were in these last 3 days, it's too late to do the. So you better do it when you are alive, right?
Okay.
So like, can you start anytime, or I mean?
Oh, okay. Agora disse apenas chama chide de budewa ina apenas nima sumgina shiyo share do sila sna dusu lega dusu share dusu dang marwasa apenas chik pa chik koshi jab chala koshi jab ju koshi jab se jorwa dang marwasa chiwa di mata dang mindusa di mata dusu ma chiwa te male goni ya gosu shana digre besi
ite digre ba tate chile wana nerab chipavina round longjura chi 내기 체도 지샤 지 디바라디라 지샤야 아니 되게 그런 걸로 제시하는 되게 디바라디를 지 유린 주고 쓰는 지 무슨 단어 소리 지야를 이제 지샤 근데 다다
시대 맞고는 전에 디그리 왔어.
예.
Oh yes, Remo said yes. You can start at any time. That's totally fine, right? But let's say if you're not sure how long you're gonna stay, right? Even though if you see all these deterioration in your health and stuff like that. Instead, you can give away, clean up, and just take care of all of your position, everything. Just keep some for your, if you, if you stay longer, so then
I'll keep some for sure.
So in other words, step 1 and 2 for the death and for the life is the same, right?
penetration kabel
I mean, you can
sabun.
do at the same time. 1 and
Oh
2.
yeah, kabel sabun 또 당와 니냠도 제시는 지로 왔어요.
이게
살찌 막 이제 양양 제거해주러 왔어. 살찌 전에 샤야인지
나는
말고.
찾지 전에 샤야 말이야. 근데 저는 딱 견점 들릴 좀 봤다. 펜베도 없어야 돼. 그 나 데이터 파트 치네 제주
템베도 건배도 드니 말아.
어레 군지가 군배도들이 지게 제주 생리도 군대 돼야 돼.
So if you look at this order,
되면 단신
first, second, third, and fourth. Okay, these practices can be done multiple times.
Yeah.
You don't need to do just once.
Right.
Okay, multiple times. Okay, so you can do all this, multiple times. The last one, the gombeto is a practice. Practice. So when this is only you do when you're about to die. You're going to die. Okay.
Yeah.
공배도 지도랑 콜도 신제 마신제 담제 삼도 담고리 랑 콜도 마신제 담제 삼다 아니 되는 바 디리 안에 던져 지내야 하다 네 되게 던져 그래 다야 동네 지야
So the meditation or the practice, this is normally it says like online practice, giving and taking and giving. Yes, you can, of course, you can do it anytime, right? But especially you need to do this practice when you're about to die.
The number 5, right?
Number 5, yes.
Out of my curiosity, if anyone do this and then they don't die and then they come back?
That's okay.
It's okay.
But this is how much meiji. She 지게 수전 레슨은 다양지 초라로비서를 소화하기 오늘 지금 왔어요.
졸라 말이 게저들 이네 나부 제시는 니 게저들 패도 그래시게 해. 그러나 언제 연지 제인데 담바 연지 담보들이 야부치 제야지 저거 그제 진나부 제비네 니 디디리 게저들이야 패도 그래시게 해. Yeah, Marike,
so let me say they always earlier the better. Okay, so then so you can do these practices anytime. It doesn't so if you do this practice, if you return back, so that's fine. Whatever you have done, so that always stay with you. So we were talking about like the merits, right? Merits will stay with you all the time, right? And then, and also it said just because of that, so earlier the better. Because of that, when someone die, we actually observe like 49 days prayers, right? They we tend to use the most of the wealth or money on the first 7th day. Yeah, we do like 49 days means like this is the Tibetan kind of version. 49 days is like we do prayer every 7 days, right? 7 days, 7 days, 7 times. So then they do the most extensive one, or they use all of this wealth the first week. Okay. So then they use little for the rest of the weeks.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you were using the term Songjin and Songjun, right? I'm not pronouncing it.
Let's see. Let me think. What was that?
That's the
Sun, yes, Sun Jin
And Songjun. You use
Sun Chung, yes. Chung,
So-
Sun Jung, Sun Chung.
I'd like clarification. It sounded like you were saying the first one is like a habit of self-cherishing. And the second one, were you saying treat it like it's a being?
No, this is just an example. I just gave an
But
example.
you said you feel like you've had it with it, and then you're frustrated with that, and so then it's going to be shy and go away. What did you mean by that? Could you just explain?
But I think
the
this is
difference between
some things to do with my translation.
the two? No, it's okay. I'm
No,
just
no, no.
wondering if they're the same or if it's different. And
It has a little bit different, yes.
Can you
A little bit
explain?
different. Little different is like something. The first one, can correct this word. I mean, the injiki Jordan no the cherry. Sun chung said sun chung said yawa. Sun chung to sun chung taking the shit as well. What the Yabukochi must receive.
순충스는 그는 다도 두고 세지야라. 단지기 다도 두고 되게라. 다도 두고 되 까버디스는 단지기 신 순충스. 다도 두고 되 까버디스는 단지기 신 순충스. 파멜스 롱을 바꿔버디 순충스.
Sun said.
순충스야데. 순진스야데.
Jim
진스야데 파티. 순지스데 정말 저밖에 없었던 거.
판바시야 들어.
순지스데 파티. 이들이 버타야 소리들이.
Okay. So maybe I'll just go back to the previous one. First what he said, right? Sun Jin. Jin means like give, right? Sort of like give something. You said it's a give, giving something.
Yes.
That is like you're using all these reasons why the self-cherishing is not good and stuff like that, right? Then with using all these logics and things, you're removing it out. Just from your side, right? Removing it out. Okay. Now the sun chung. Chung means it's more like when you use all this logic and stuff like that, right? So then you kind of like increasing your the ultimate number, what do you call this in conventional bodhicitta, right? Conventional bodhicitta. So conventional bodhicitta becomes strong, right? Strong. So that conventional Buddha removes that what do you call this the self-cherishing mind. So that is more like so because of your power of your self-cherishing, I mean like the conventional bodhicitta. So he get. This is my example. As I said, like if you say it in English, it's very funny. So this is saying like so the self-cherishing actually get shy, get like becomes loses its kind of power and it go away, right? A little bit different, but the same meaning, actually same meaning.
okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll stop here then. Sashi Bubi, Jonshi Meto Tam, Rira Linshi Ninde Gamba, Sangan Shindo Mide Uwai, Jogu Namda Shinla Chobara Sho, Idama Guru Rana Mandala Rani Ataya Mi. Chanju Tenjo Rembo Che, Maje Pana Teju, Java Yamba Meba Yang, Pewara Sho. 各位新干的班长，马吕军委呢，接着希望等等家座椅下边写的把都点就去。